Hi everyone, it's Gail. I'm here with a tutorial today on an idea that I had, and I wanted to share with you how I did it. I ended up making a little prototype. This was one of those ideas that keeps you from sleeping at night. And what it was is I wanted a full page pocket to fit into my traveler's notebooks that are kind of my next project. And so this idea came to me, and it was like I just had to do it. So this is what I came up with. Hopefully you can kind of see this. I wanted it to fill a whole page in the notebook. What I was thinking is that I might glue it here, here, and here, and then tuck something behind it. I also think this would work well to hinge this side and flip out here so you don't lose any of the writing space. So, and then in this long pocket, then I have another piece of coffee dyed paper for journaling that has been edge punched on the top, and then that just slides right down in there. And like I say, it can go various ways. It could also flip down like this. So I have all the measurements and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to share with you how I made this. So I've only made the one, so hopefully I will remember all the steps here. Okay, so first thing, I have cut down a 12 by 12 piece of paper. This paper is nice, thick paper. It's by Blue Fern Studio. It's called Happy Accident. And I got this paper at Lots of Bubbles for the number 4 me on Etsy. Lots of Bubbles for me on Etsy. I'll try and remember to link her below. Anyway, so started out with the 12 by 12, and I've cut it down, and I'm ready for my pocket. So the dimensions on this are 8.5, 8.5 this way, and 7.5 this way. I might just remind you that a traveler's notebook is 8.5 by 4.5. Some people do 4.25. I do 4.5. So we're cutting our paper 8.5 by 7.5 inches. So I've done that already. So we'll get rid of this. And then I'm going to use my scoreboard. Make sure I'm just right in frame here. And what I decided with the notebook being, the pages being 4.5 this way, I wanted the face of my envelope to be 3.5 inches. And it fits really nicely without crowding the middle there where you're going to stitch in. So that was good. So what we're going to do is we're going to score to make our pocket. So we are going to score 1.5 from the left edge here. So I'm sorry, I have to turn this a little bit just to get a good angle on it for myself. So we're going to go 1.5, give that a nice score down there. And then I'm going to just turn it around, and I'm going to do 2.5 here. Okay. Just giving that a good score. And then for the bottom of the pocket, I'm going to give it a 1/2 inch. Okay. So just in case, I'll go through those dimensions again. So 1.5, which of course my eyeball was off, and so I did it down to different ones. 1.5, 2.5, 1/2 inch. Okay. So then I'm just going to give it a fold here. So I'm folding this way, and I have to see which of those lines. Okay, and then folding it this way. So that makes up the back. Now I'm going to go ahead and really press that down with my bone folder because this is very thick paper. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to flip up the 1/2 inch at the bottom. Once again, give it a really good press. Okay, and then we're going to take our scissors, and where we're at 1.5 here, we're just going to clip up the 1/2 inch and then over on the fold line here, like so. And then we're going to do the same thing over here on the 2.5 inch. I'm just folding it a little bit because the print is making it hard to see. Okay, and then we're just going to trim up to meet that cut like that, and then we end up with this. Then we're just going to take on this little flap here, and we're just going to barely just make a little bit of a slant to that, and that just makes it easier to fold. Okay, so we've got a couple good little tiny pieces there, and we'll just so then what we'll do is we'll fold it in, and I just, as far as which flap goes over the top, I just go by the design on the paper. So I want this pretty design on the top, and then we're gonna fold this up. Oh, this one needs a little bit of a trim. You'll be able to tell when you try and fold up that flap if you don't have it quite on the folder, quite deep enough. So we're just going to fold it and then fold this up, and we will be giving this a little bit of a glue, but first, and I'm just going to pull this off because it's buckling just a little bit. I'm just going to trim ever so slightly a little bit more off this edge, like so. I just want it to perfect. I want it to lay flat right from the get-go. So there we go. That's the initial cutting there. Then I'm just because I want ease of getting in and out of the pocket, I'm going to take my circle punch, and I'm just going to go about halfway, and I'm going to punch out a 1/2 circle. Okay, then this is the point that it's good to distress, because once you've glued it all up, it's a little hard to get to the edges and stuff. So I'm just going to give that a real quick going over with my vintage photo. Just really, I'm mostly concerned with the front. Now you could go down here. I think I might do these back edges, but I'm not going to worry about the seam. Like so. And then for sure we want to do this part. Whoops. This part when it's not yet glued. Otherwise, I think on my prototype I did it afterwards, and you can, but it's just easier. So then you can either get your envelope or your pocket here glued and then decorate the front, or you can decorate the front ahead of time. And I kind of think I prefer, if you're going to have a decoration around this edge, doing it now before you have glued it, just so you can get that rounded part like you want it. So I've pre-prepared my my decorating for this one. I want to put this right down the middle of the paper. So what I'm going to do is get that glued on, and when I glue it, I'm going to glue around, put some glue around this, then I'll get the glue on my strip of paper. And I had to cut the end of this glue bottle, and it's really coming out now. It was just, I was struggling with it, and just had a funny little opening. So now I really have to get the cap back on it so it doesn't volcano on me. Okay, so I'm just going to actually align it up with the edge here, and obviously did not need all that glue on the bottom that's going to be cut off, so I think I'll wipe that off a little bit. Okay, so then I get that centered like I wanted and straight. Looks pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna just, there's extra glue because my bottle is so prolific now. It just pops right out there. So now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and look at my circle from this angle, because then you can see and you can, well, doesn't want to really cut very badly because it's gluey. Oh, there we go. The glue dried just that fast. Okay, so that's why I do that ahead of time, is just so I can get that little curve. And then we're going to cut off any excess down here. The last envelope, the first one I did lace. And I thought, well, I'll do paper and lace this time. So then next step is, now that I have that cut, I think I'm going to go ahead and glue the back, just because it'll make it a little easier to work with. And since that other glue is kind of giving me some grief, I'm going to just use some fast grab tacky glue for this part. So I just kind of eyeball it and then just go up in as straight as line as possible, because I want to get the edge of this as much as I can. So we'll do that, and then we'll just put a little on this one, like so. And we're just gonna make sure that grabs really good, it's really stuck down. And there is our pocket. Now it's just kind of embellishing to your heart's content. And I decided that I thought I would want this lace on there. So I'm going to go ahead and put some Fabri-Tac in that area that I want that lace. And then it'll require a little trimming, but that's okay. And I kind of want to line it up with the line on the paper. And let's get the whole, okay. And then I decided as well, let me move that over so that's a little straighter. Then I decided I wanted to put some green, to pick up kind of the green in these papers. These papers are gorgeous, by the way. I love them. Okay. And we'll just line this down the edge of the other lace. And kind of let that dry. Meanwhile, I'll cut off the excess here. And then I'm going to use my teeny weeny little Fiskars and just cut the lace that has gone over the circular opening here. Like so. There we go. It looks like I need to do a little on the edge here too, just a tiny bit, just to trim it up. So here is the second pocket. I'm also going to give this a little, just a little bit of vintage photo on there. So there we go. So there's my first one. This one is my second one. And I love them. I think they're really fun. So I'm calling these my TN Tall Pockets. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I'm going to turn off the camera now and I'm going to do a craft with me, and I'm going to do a third one of these envelopes, and I'm going to give it a try in my full-size 9x6 journal that I'm working on. I'm going to try refiguring the math on the dimensions and seeing if I can't make a wider one for a big journal. So there you have it, TN Tall Pockets. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you have any questions at all, just leave me a comment. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.